everyone, today I'm going to be sharing with you what I read in April. I once again only read 3 books in April, but I did enjoy them all, so I am quite happy with what I've read. The first book I read was To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This is about a girl called Lara Jean, and she writes letters to all the boys she's loved before. These are only for her, not for anybody else, but one day all of the letters get sent out and she has to deal with the consequences of that. I really enjoyed this book and I think I was definitely in need of quite a cute little contemporary. I really thought it was written very well and I really loved most of the characters. Peter, which is one of the boys, came across as quite cocky and arrogant and things like that, but there was something about him that I quite liked and I couldn't help but like him. It was strange. Like, usually I don't like characters like that at all and they just do my head in, but I really actually enjoyed his character and I'm really glad he had a really big part in the book. Lara Jean, on the other hand, she was a good character and she was well developed. However, I just thought she got really quite annoying sometimes because she came across as really immature, and that just started getting on my nerves a bit. I did still really like her character, however, it was just the bits when she was getting really immature, I was like, nah, you're annoying me now. This book also focuses around Lara Jean and her sisters and that family connection they all have. They are really, really close. She has a big sister and a little sister, and you can really tell the age difference between all 3 sisters, which I really liked because reading about them, you know exactly who was being talked about, who was present at the time, who's being talked about. It was very, very well differentiated in the writing. I thought the story development was really written at a good pace, a steady pace. It wasn't too rushed, and I felt like each little element of the story, from the family elements to the relationship elements and many more things, was just really developed at a nice pace, not too rushed, and I really enjoyed that about the story. I decided to give this book a 4 out of 5 because I really enjoyed it. However, there was just little tiny things that annoyed me a bit like Lara Jean. She did get on my nerves a little bit, so that's why it's a 4 out of 5. I then went on to reading To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I did not really know that much about this book before I went into it, but I sort of got the idea from the synopsis. This is about a girl called Scout who has a brother called Jem and a dad called Articus, and they all live together. There is also Scout's friend Dill, and Dill, Jem and Scout all play outside together, get up to mischief. And they also have a neighbour called Boo, and Boo lives in this big kind of mysterious house and never leaves his house at all. And those 3 want to know why, so they kind of start investigating, get themselves into trouble, like kids do. Another part of the story, which is a really main bit of the story, is that Articus, Scout's father, is actually a lawyer, and he decides to defend a black man against a white girl's accusation. The court case is all said throughout the book in sort of the back half of the book, and it was just brilliantly written. I just felt when I was reading about the court case, it kept me gripped throughout. I didn't get bored at all, and I was really, really wanting to know what the outcome would be because you just couldn't tell from the writing at all. Another part I really did enjoy actually was that Scout, even though she's young, she was written in a way that she was talking as if she was a lot older, even though she is only young. And I thought that was a really different way to do it, because usually if it's a young character, they're written in that kind of age. If they're an older character, then they'll be written in the older age. But Scout was young, but she was talking as if she was much older than she actually was, and I really enjoyed that because I've never read anything like that before. The relationships between Dill, Jem and Scout were just so heartwarming. I really did love everything about those 3. There was nothing I didn't like whatsoever. I just thought them 3 were really, really sweet. Boo's storyline, even though it was a little bit smaller and a little bit more in the background, I thoroughly enjoyed because it was a lot more mysterious, and I really like mysterious elements in books. I like to not know what's going to happen at all. I don't like being able to guess what's going to happen and get it right, so I was really, really happy when that part of the story was developing, and it just kept me gripped so much. The only thing I would say is every now and again the story seemed to slow down a little bit, so on those times I got a little bit bored, but not overly bored. It just bored me slightly, and I was like, I just wanted it to get onto the next part of the story and develop more on things, and I just felt like the development kind of slowed down a little bit at that point. Overall, however, I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars as well. And the third and final book I read was The Magical Worlds of Harry Potter, a treasury of myths, legends and fascinating facts, and this is by David Colbert. I really wanted to reread this book this year because I just love the Harry Potter world and I want to reread the whole series, so when I picked this one out of my Rereads Cup this month, I was super excited about it. This gives in-depth details about the backgrounds of the character names, the mythical creatures, the magical worlds that J.K. Rowling has created, and we also get to delve into Greek mythology and Latin terminology, which was also a really major element to the creation of the Wizarding World. Each chapter is based on a different topic, and the topics are in alphabetical order, so if you just wanted to find out quickly, refresh your brain on one topic, it is very easy to find because it is all in alphabetical order, which I thought was really helpful. I did think I found out a lot more about the series than I didn't already know, and I'm really pleased about that because I really know quite a lot about Harry Potter. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, but I did end up finding out more information from this book, which I was really pleased about. The only thing I'd say is it took a little bit of time sometimes to get to the point they were trying to make, and it sort of seemed like it was delving off into some kind of different part. This just meant that I got a bit impatient about when it was trying to get to the point and it just wasn't getting there. But other than that, it was a good read. If you like Greek mythology, then you'll probably love this book, and obviously if you love the Harry Potter world, then you probably will too. I only give this book 3 out of 5 stars, however, as I just felt like too many times it was taking a little bit too long to get to the point it was trying to make. So that is it for my April wrap up. Once again, it's short and sweet, however I do hope to read a little bit more in May. I will update you on everything I'll be reading in May. I have a very exciting one actually, which I can't wait to tell you about, so I will definitely be telling you about that in my TBR for next month. That will hopefully be uploaded really soon. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and by all means you can leave comments in the description below. That is it for my video for now, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye!